What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Griffin and I am starting to post more pregnancy and then hopefully mom videos and just videos that follow along in my life as I figure it all out for the first time. I am going to be talking today about how I feel going into the third trimester. So I'm currently 30 weeks pregnant. It's Friday and on Tuesday I'll be 31 weeks pregnant. And I thought I'd start off with a couple of facts on like how big he is. It's a baby boy. So how big he is and just a couple of developments according to apps, not according to actual like ultrasounds yet. So he is roughly the size of a beet with leaves, whatever that means. Like with the leaves included in the size, or a bunch of broccoli. He's about 3.5 pounds, 15 to 17 inches. And then his brain, so I guess it was just like a smooth ball, is starting to get wrinkles, and then he's starting to get fingernails. So all exciting. Everything is really good. Overall, I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling like third trimester is here. Things are getting more real. I look pregnant. I feel pregnant when I try and get up and I lay down and all of that. There are times when I get nervous that this baby has to come out. But I'm hoping by the time baby comes, I'm just like ready for that to happen because it's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah. They tell you, okay, so one thing they tell you now starting in the third trimester is to keep track of the kicks. So like a kick counter or a movement counter, and there should be at least 10 movements or kicks in the span of 2 hours. I feel like that's super stressful. And I'm really thankful that my OB visit last time, he said, really just like, you don't have to be super strict about it. Just as long as you feel him moving relatively the same as normal. If anything is way less than, then maybe, you know, try a couple of things to get him moving. But yeah, that's just like there's already so much anxiety that naturally can come with being pregnant and just wanting to make it the whole way and all of that. Like I can't, like that's, I'm sure there's a reason, but it's stressful. So I'm trying not to worry about that. I'm trying to just like gauge subconsciously, okay, he's moving and everything's good. Another thing that I'm feeling right now is, it's currently January, baby's due beginning of April, and we have had a lot going on in January. We have a lot going on in February, all fun and good stuff, but this is also the last semester that my husband, Gunther, is in school. So he's just trying to finish up well and finish strong, especially before baby comes, just finishing like as much as he can. And then we're also just trying to rearrange rooms to get stuff, at least the bare minimum, the necessary things like the bassinet. Be nice to get the dresser together and the clothes in the dresser and a rocker up in the nursery before baby comes. And so it's just like a lot, and I like staying busy. Like I'm a type of person who enjoys being busy, but I'm also a planner, and there's just some things that are hard to plan around. And so anyway, we're really trying to take it one thing at a time. And by God's grace, we are. And it's just been a journey. And I think we'll look back and be like, how did we do that? I don't know, literally by the grace of God. And it'll be good. So just trying to keep up with appointments and all the things that need to get done, trying to stay on top of things is like keeping me busy. And I'm thankful because I have the flexibility to stay busy. Like I have a very, very part-time remote job. And so I just feel like I am thankful for the flexibility to be able to spend my days just making sure we're on top of things. The things that are coming up that I'm pretty excited about in this trimester is my baby showers. So it's Friday, so not this weekend, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. I'll have like my big baby shower, my main one that my mom's throwing here in my town, where my friends and I have family coming in town who are invited. And then that Monday, Gunther and I will fly out for like a job interview kind of thing for the week in St. Louis. So that's all fun and exciting, but it's like, okay. And then that weekend we're actually flying into the town that Gunther grew up in for a baby shower for like his, more centered around like his friends and family, mainly like the church that he grew up in. And then I think we'll drive back here, and then I think like 2 weeks later, I'll have like a baby shower for my church here. So all the baby showers, and I'm really, really thankful and just feeling really blessed and loved and taken care of. Yeah. And it just makes me feel at peace with like knowing we'll have what we need and more for baby. Other thing that's coming up is 32-week growth scan. So I have a marginal placenta. So basically I'm going to just really quick try and explain that the way it was explained to me. So if your placenta is like a plate, usually the umbilical cord is like attached to the middle. But the umbilical cord is attached, I guess, to the side of the, like if it was the plate, the side of the placenta. So just to make sure baby is growing, baby is getting proper nutrients, which based on how I'm growing and how like my belly is still growing, it seems that everything is good. But because of that, they just want to do a 32-week growth scan, which honestly, I'm not complaining. Like I'm not going to complain that I get to see baby over an ultrasound again. So I'm actually really excited about that. We're going to try and do the 3D or 4D option, just to see more features, because that would be fun. So that would be at 32 weeks, but 32 weeks is when we'll be going out of town. So actually at 33 weeks is when we'll make that appointment, when we'll do that appointment. And then the last thing that I'm thinking through, or like that's coming up in my 3rd trimester, is I'm going to start pelvic floor therapy. I'm really excited about that because honestly, did not realize how weak my pelvic floor it was. I don't know how you gauge that until like, I think it was even late in the 2nd trimester. Most of the time when I sneeze, I would pee myself a little bit. I was like, this is too soon. I know there's a lot more pressure down there, but there's also been like stuff I've read that is just like, no, that means your pelvic floor is weak. And so I'm going to start that and then hopefully continue that after baby comes as well. Yes. Okay. So the things that I'm thinking about or trying to plan as much as I can is, I guess it's just one big thing. Yeah. Making sure I have everything on my registry. But the other main thing is my birth plan, or as I heard on a podcast, I heard a doula talk about a birth roadmap, because it's going to happen. It's just having different ways of getting to that actual delivery of the baby. And so some of the things that I've already thought through with just a little bit of research. I love you. I love you. The little bit of research that I've done is that I'm very open to an epidural, but part of me also just wants to see what my body can do. I don't know. I've never really had serious period cramps or anything like that, so I don't even know what to expect when somebody says it's like a really, really bad period cramp. And also there's different variations to that because people are used to having bad period cramps and then people are not. So anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up doing an epidural, but I don't know. Maybe if which leads me to the next thing that I'm going to think about, or that I am thinking about, is doing a birth class. And it's just online, it's through my hospital, but maybe I can learn some more techniques or interventions or whatever that will help me just be better educated, I guess. And I definitely want to go in very open-handed, but I also want to be educated if something were to happen. If the nurse were to offer something and I'm like, having a contraction and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Sure. You know, like I don't want to go in super blinded. So just to educate myself a little bit more, create more of a birth roadmap, I guess. Look into breathing and coping strategies. There's a couple of breathing strategies that or not breathing, but like there's one coping strategy that I've heard so far. And it's called like the comb method, where you literally squeeze a comb when you're having a contraction, and how it sounds silly, but it actually could be super helpful. So I don't know if you guys have any tidbits or comments and experience, whatever. I am open to your comments below if that's something that you want, especially if you're watching this like as soon as it comes up, because if it's like a year from now, I mean, I guess it still could be helpful. But, and then the last thing in my birth roadmap or whatever plan thing is I want to make the environment calming. I need to think through like what that is for me, because I have a diffuser, but sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. So like, that's not where my brain goes to be calm. I'm trying to curate a baby or like a playlist to have that's like very specific to music that I would calm me down. Music that I wouldn't get annoyed of. And then I also want to have scripture on hand, especially to give to Gunther, so that, you know, one way I want to cope is to, as I'm having a contraction or before or after, just like to try and repeat it after him and just keep my eyes set on like the Lord. And yeah, I don't know. So that's honestly pretty much it. That's how I'm feeling going into the third trimester. That's how I'm feeling being in the third trimester. And I don't even know if like, you can't even tell really in this big old sweatshirt, but there you go. That's like a little better. I don't know. I look more pregnant in person, I promise. Yeah, well, that is all. I had to film this really quickly, but I hope it was cohesive somewhat. And I hope that it is helpful for whoever is watching, whether it's to have somebody else to compare their story to, or just to say you're not alone, and it can be exciting and nerve-wracking all at the same time, or one or the other. I know everybody has different stories and different emotions, so all is welcome here. And yeah, until next time, I will talk to you then.